Hey.
We're recording. Yay, we're back. And we're back, and it's week 2 of Bachelor in Paradise.
Welcome.
Yay.
Welcome to Two Black Girls, One Rose.
Where two black-ass girls invade the whitest show on earth.
Bachelor in Paradise.
I'm Natasha.
And I'm Justine.
And we just watched week 2 of Paradise.
Yep.
It's a lot. Just spent 4 hours of my life that I will never get back.
Oh my god, you guys.
And we have a few more weeks of this?
Yeah, just, 3 more?
Oh my lord. Probably more than that. 3?
I think it's 5 weeks, right? Bachelor in Paradise?
This shit goes into September. Yep, been here for a while. It was good though.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good week.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff went down. Justine, start off. What are your initial thoughts?
Okay, so my initial thoughts on the combined both Monday and Tuesday.
Yes, the whole week 2.
The whole thing.
Yep.
My initial thought is, now I see what you niggas were talking about. Because
Thank you.
Just watched some good old foolery.
Yes.
I don't think this is even the best. I think the best is yet to come.
Yet to come. Oh, yes.
Yep, I'm excited. Also, big theme, I think, for the next 4 or 5 weeks is that Tia is on Bachelor in Paradise to grow some balls. I think she had absolutely no balls before. I think she was just walking around, letting men stomp all over her, falling in love with them because they were taller than her. And now she is getting ready to really stand up for herself. And I can appreciate that. I don't think she's going to get any ass, but that's fine. What else? I think everything else, we'll get into during the recap.
Okay.
What about you?
I agree. I'm excited to see some growth from Tia.
That's a much nicer way to put it.
Yeah, some growth. It's nice to see people grow or learn something on this show. So I think, she's already getting fucked around so much by these horrible men.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think you're right that maybe she'll grow some balls and start to stick up for herself. My initial thoughts, so Will's leaving solidified that he will not be the next Bachelor.
Yeah, nope.
Sorry, everybody. This was his time. This was the time for us to see if Will's had the potential or what's gonna happen, and he didn't even get a Paradise. So there goes our Black Bachelor out the window. Next, Colton, and I'll get into this. Colton has a big shot at being the Bachelor.
Yeah, he might be the next one.
He might be the next one. The entire first episode was totally geared towards him and showing how broken and heart-wrenched he is from Becca. And women love seeing men cry. I was getting a little teary-eyed my damn self watching him. Sure was. And watching him, we almost immediately forgot about the mess that he was going on with Tia. And it was just
who's we?
What? I did, bitch. I forgot, okay? Because now I'm oh, you are so wrapped up in Becca still. This is why you are, quote unquote, fooling around with Tia or whatever. You genuinely are a mess in your head. Yeah. It's just jumble. And so seeing him have that moment and it all come to head, it was kind of sad.
We're going more into this later?
Huh? Yeah, we're going to go deeper into this.
Okay, good.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
But I think if he is named the Bachelor, and Colton, he's a very polarizing figure.
Yes.
Already. Look at this. I'm sitting here preaching from the mountaintops for my baby daddy.
And I'm at the bottom of the mountain with my goat's leg.
Nah. You and everybody, all the other listeners, everybody tweet at me and sending me emails talking about Colton sucks. So clearly I'm sitting on an island by myself. But he's a very polarizing figure in a very similar way that Nick Viall was polarizing.
Was
and
he?
was still named the motherfucking Bachelor.
Oh my god, and it was his 8th try. Oh, it Lord have mercy.
His lucky number 8. And he went on Paradise, didn't find love. That was supposed to be a whole redemption season. People still left. When he left there, people were still not checking for Nick, and they still named him. as The Bachelor.
Yeah.
So polarizing sometimes helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just putting that out
At
there.
least it generates energy and ratings and talking and content and all that stuff. So I can see how it could be a good thing.
Yeah, totally. And as much as y'all can't stand Colton, you cannot deny that'll be a good season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes.
The layers, they're going to dissect the shit out of this virginity thing. They're going to cast about 4, 5, 6 girls who are also virgins. Yeah. They're going to cast a bunch of girls who are like sex vixens.
Yes, yes. I was just thinking about the S&M girls they going to cast.
Ex-stripper. They don't have everybody on that cast. I'm ready to watch Colton as the Bachelor. Yeah. He's not my first choice. I still put out there. I mean, he's one of my top choices. I still really want to see Grocery Store Joe. Not even see, like, go be on the season with Grocery Store Joe more than anything.
Right, yeah. I'm thinking, like, I don't want to watch him fall in love with someone else. I would be devastated.
I want to be in the mix, competing for his love.
I want to be the last one. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still up top for me, I think, but I'm totally here for a Colton season.
Okay.
Last quick thought, which I will definitely get into. Chris R is the fucking worst.
Oh, he's garbage.
Straight trash.
Oh my God.
Probably one of the biggest trash bags in a while.
Yeah.
He really shown his ass on this season.
Yeah.
Particularly this second part of this week.
Yes. Tonight, so Tuesday, was so bad.
Oh my God, he's the worst.
Yeah.
He's a fraud. Like, just, I just want someone to punch him.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are initial thoughts. Before we get into everything, again, say this every week. Gonna keep on saying it. Rate, review, subscribe.
But, you guys, we made it to the top 100 podcasts in TV and film.
We did! It changes every day, but we were there
We were there. And I think we were there because of your guys' downloads and your ratings and your reviews. It's like a combination of everything. So just help us. We'll stay there. We'll stay in the top 100 with all these other cool, awesome podcasts and people.
Yes, and we don't ask for much.
We sure don't
ask for much, y'all. We don't ask for anything. We ask for you to take your finger, hit the 5 stars, take a couple more fingers, and write a nice little sentence.
That's it.
Much appreciated. Please.
Yep.
So that's the first thing. Also, of course, we're on Twitter. Our handle is the number 2 BLK Girls, the number 1 Rose. It's a good time. Go and follow us.
And our email is the number 2 blackgirls, the number 1 rose @gmail.com. We do lots of call outs for emails. So if you are someone who's had a very specific situation and we call it out, please email us and let us know.
Yay. And find us on Facebook.
Yeah, and find us on Facebook.
Yes. Okay, so before we get into this very lengthy recap, because we have 4 hours of content to dissect, we do have some church announcements. Whip out your program. This was a really good week with emails.
Yeah, it was a doozy.
Yes. Before we even get into emails, I just want to say, I don't know if we said this already, but much love to everybody for all the positive feedback, specifically on the finale episode.
Yeah.
Becca's finale. That really spoke to people. Apparently, I guess everybody was in their feelings on Becca's white female liberal privilege.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a lot of great emails, a lot of good Twitter interaction about that episode in particular. So I really, really appreciated that. Hearing that you guys agreed and that we aren't crazy thinking these things. So
Right. Yeah, and Garrett, he offended everybody. He was equal opportunity. So, I think everybody had a chance to feel personally offended by Garrett. So that was
exactly.
Yeah, so it was, it was good. Thanks, guys.
We in this together.
Yeah. Okay, so some church announcements for this week. Some people sent us some love and some really funny stuff. Joe, thank you for the love. Ashlyn sent us some love, but also sent us Garrett's doppelganger, who is Lenny from Shark Tale. You all know, I think he looks like an animated Finding Nemo character, but this is who he looks like, Lenny from Shark Tale. He looks just like him. Go and Google it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, it's frighteningly accurate.
The wide set eyes and the big smile. Yeah.
Like a shark. Corinne, also thank you for the love and the picture of your puppy. You guys send us a picture of your puppies.
Oh my god, her dog. It's like
So
Albus
cute.
Dumbledore.
Yes!
It's a corgi.
It's a corgi.
And Albus that picture made my life. I love dogs.
Oh my god,
so cute.
he was
Give him a
like,
big kiss for me.
Yes! Let us snuggle.
So cute.
Thank you to Catherine, Julia, and also Anna, who told us about a very interesting fair that goes on in Minnesota. I didn't know about this, Minnesota peeps. But you guys have some sort of a fair where you guys name a princess who gets their face carved out of butter? Which I would low-key love. I'm not even gonna lie.
Ew. Face carved out of butter.
But
that was because Becca, remember I said her finale dress looked like she's the Miss Minneapolis tomato farm princess of the fair. And lo and behold, there is a farm, or not a farm, there is a fair.
Yeah, there is a fair.
Of some bullshit.
You're the butter princess.
The butter princess in Minnesota.
So thanks, Anna, for sending us over that tidbit. It was fun. Then we got another email from, okay, I don't know if it's Ina or Ayana, not sure. But she emailed us earlier on in the week about some thoughts she had about Paradise. But she also had some thoughts about interracial dating. She said that interracial dating on Paradise or on the Bachelor franchise in general is just an exercise in futility. And what are your thoughts on that, my friend? I
agree, because she said, like, being a person of color going on to one of these shows, it just is an uphill battle, essentially. And I'm like, that sounds about right, because, I mean, Sean Lowe, to our knowledge, is the only Bachelor who, like, had a full-on black girlfriend, like, dated a black woman prior to the show. Outside of him...
Allegedly Ari, but that's what he told Lauren G.
Allegedly
he never
Ari.
told that to CN, so who knows?
No. What was it? Lauren G, he said he lived with a black woman?
He said that he dated a black woman named Portia.
Yeah, so that allegedly happened.
I don't believe
Ben
that.
Higgins, for damn sure ain't dating no damn black woman.
Definitely not. What? Isn't he a Republican?
Yes.
Yeah, bye.
And so, like, Jubilee was on his season. She, like, lasted a while, but
of course, yes.
he wasn't going to choose. He literally chose Lauren B. Another Lauren B. He was blonde and looked exactly the same.
Yep.
So, like...
And she left him, so,
Right. Nick Viall, I don't think he dated anyone black. He had Rachel. Rachel lasted longer than any other person.
A long time, yeah.
But then, you know, he ended up not choosing her. I just feel like if you haven't dated interracially before... I highly doubt that during your journey to find a husband, like, this is going to be the chance for you to date interracially.
Oh, gosh.
It just doesn't... So then it makes it... So then, like, the people of color don't really have much of a shot in that respect.
Right. Because you're not going to explore that much that's different. Like, all these... Even, like, let's say with Becca, she chose a guy who felt like home. Like, these people are not going to choose anything that risky when they've only known you for 6 weeks.
Stage. Right, and at this stage where they're looking for a husband,
a life partner.
A wife.
Yeah.
If you're, like, trying to date, like, okay, maybe I date a black girl, see what it's like, da-da-da.
Right.
But you're now on the journey for your husband. Like, this is going to be the time for you to, like, experiment. Like, no. It's not. It's like, do you watch Married at First Sight?
Yes.
So it's like on Married at First Sight, the experts never, they've had very few interracial couples on the season. And they say they won't match an interracial couple unless they themselves have already done this before. Like, they're not going to match a person to be married at first sight, and then I get down the aisle and it's like this Asian man and I've never dated interracially before. Right. Like, this is not the time to be trying this shit. And so, like, I appreciate they do that on the show, because they, like, you have to demonstrate some capacity of, like, cultural competency. Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. At this stage.
Yes.
This is not the time to, like, try and learn and live and mess up and say the wrong thing.
Right.
And, you know,
right.
Learn it. This ain't the time. So yeah, I hear Ina, I'm not sure her name, but I totally get it.
Yeah, shout out to you, girl. And then Eve emailed us with some great commentary. She's a frequent emailer, so hey Eve, how you doing?
Hey.
But she pointed out how the producers did Rachel wrong, and how, you know, what they did to her and Brian's love story was terrible. But Rachel is vying for that TV wedding from the American Broadcasting Company.
Mm-hmm. And she should be. What you laughing for?
I don't see the point in this.
She did not get her happy ending with them.
Mm-hmm.
They made her out to look crazy.
Uh-huh.
She's not very happy with the way they ended.
Mm-hmm.
Her love story and how they represent her love story with Brian. The very least they can give me is a free-ass wedding. Fuck out of here. I don't need the TV part. I don't need it to be on television. I just need it to be paid for. Thank you.
Oh, well, that's not... You need one. You can't have one without the other.
Well, I know, so I'm going to take the TV too.
See, to me, if I have to be on TV for my wedding, that means there has to be drama involved. And I don't want to put any of that drama out on TV. I don't want to be fighting with my fiance's mother about the desserts for money. I just don't want to do... That's me personally.
So, yeah, I watched Sean and Catherine's wedding. I don't think I watched any of the other weddings. When they filmed the TV wedding, to my knowledge, it's just the wedding. It's not like a whole show.
Oh, see, I've only watched like an ETV weddings and BET.
And they make a whole show out of it, and it's
yeah, it's like a miniseries.
Oh yeah, I don't. At least I don't remember Sean and Catherine having a miniseries. It was like just the wedding, and like they showed the reception, and they like interview all the other contestants there. It's like cute, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Oh, then give her that wedding then. I thought this had to be like a program, a whole
series. They gotta come and they gotta create drama. Yeah,
create drama.
I couldn't. If it was that, then no, she would be a fool to do that because they made her look crazy.
Did her wrong, yes,
right.
Yes.
But no, I think it's just a free ass wedding on TV, and hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. They owe her that. The very.
If anything, BET, just do it.
BET do the wedding.
Just do the wedding.
Oh lordy.
We would watch. Just do it. I haven't turned on BET on purpose in years.
Right, for Rachel's wedding, I'll turn it on real quick.
And then we got another email. Oh, sorry, friend. Were you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. We got another really interesting email from our listener, Kunle? Sorry, fellow slob cat, if I'm mispronouncing your name. But he emailed us. He's a straight man, guys. Married. And he emailed us talking about a lot of different topics. He went really in-depth in his email, which we really appreciate. But specifically, he was talking about the fraternity culture that has been created in this country from the downward spiral of our political climate and our president, and also how the internet has affected men's perception on boundaries with women, which I found really interesting. Especially, he brought up sites like Instagram, or apps, I should say, like Instagram and Twitter, where your identity is front and center, and they still feel like it's more than okay to flash your dick at different women. If Leo was on the street, would he just flash his dick out? No. But he would in an Instagram message, because that has given the permission to do so.
Which is still weird because, what's his face? Leo, he left that comment on that girl, like, you need my big dick or whatever. You can click on your face and go straight to your page and see you. So it's like, you're anonymous, but you're not that anonymous, dude. Like, I can go and read your whole profile. At all. Yeah. But for whatever reason, the internet and these apps and whatnot empower men to just be disgusting. Because as you said, on the street, he wouldn't do that. But behind the comfort of his television, or of his phone, he can just be out here just being gross with people. Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really sad. Basically, like, as Kunle was saying, like, we need to continue to have these conversations. Women need to continue to speak out on harassment and essentially scare men into acting right. Yeah. Like, this works. Is going to do it. This is clearly working. Yeah. Because men are all of a sudden like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Nothing. Don't say nothing to me. Don't look my way. Don't nothing. How about that? I hope you are scared. Fuck out of here.
Oh, my God. I know. Matt Lauer's out of a job, man.
Out of a goddamn job for being a trash bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
And got caught.
Yeah.
Someone spoke out, and that was it.
Right, and scared him.
Scared him into
submission
of unemployment. Matt Lauer was making like $50 million a year or something. My nigga ain't getting no paychecks no more.
None.
Isn't that crazy?
That is insane.
And his wife divorced him. And
Oh yeah, his wife was like, "Oh, what a perfect time! I'm actually done with you,
I'm
my
done
nigga.
with you. And I'm taking the house in the Hamptons.
Oh yeah.
And I'm taking the house in the south of France. And I'm getting alimony about $8 million every year. Thank you. Bye. And she can be dating like John Hamm or like Liam Neeson in like 2 years and be out here.
Yes.
So do you, Mrs. X.
Yeah, Miss Lauer girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that today. I was just thinking about Tiger Woods and how Tiger Woods is really now hideous and also loses every golf game. And how happy
shame.
That makes me.
It
really fills me with joy.
His whole career just went down the tank.
His whole life. He don't see them
Whole
kids.
Oh,
she
God.
married somebody else. He
Yeah,
had to pay her alimony and child support.
Like out
She
the
got
ass.
half, and she fucked up his car. Woo!
And she fucked up his car too.
She fucked up his car.
That story was crazy.
It makes me so happy. Anyway, guys, just be empowered. Don't fuck up anybody's car. That's not what we're saying. But
I mean, that's what you're not saying. Do you, girl?
But us and Kun Lee say, if you feel empowered to say something about some man who's being nasty or anything like that in the office or on the street or whatever, call him out.
Show enough.
And yeah, that ends the church announcements.
Okay. On a great note, I'm fired up now for the recap. Oh my god. I don't have any Bachelor Nation news.
Let's go into that recap,
So we're just
girl.
gonna go. There's nothing of worth, so let's just go straight into the recap. Mm-hmm. All right. So this is a 2-part episode. We just watched Monday night and Tuesday night. So let's start off with Monday night, part 1. So it started off as a to be continued from the premiere, where remember Colton just went on his date with Tia. Then he returns, and you got the Three Stooges,
the Goose Gang,
or whatever, ready to jump him. So we continue off from there. So Chris, Jordan, and Nick, they, pull Colton aside, and they're coming in talking about, he needs to pay for what he's doing. He's making Tia look like a fool. Like, I don't act like y'all really give 2 shits about Tia. That's
what I'm
to do with
wondering.
Tia.
Yeah. It's just elimination night. Like, stop it with this.
Yeah, it's elimination night. Y'all already feel some type of way about Colton.
Yeah.
Chris does have some feelings for Tia, so he's feeling salty and jealous that Colton already has kind of like a 1-up on him because Tia's in love with him.
1.
Yeah, multiple ups. So this is what this is about. Stop acting like you give a shit about Tia.
Right.
So annoying. So anyways, Tia, she's ranting about how the date was great. She's telling everybody they kissed and whatnot. And so anyways, the guys are off talking with Colton. Chris asks Colton, are you here for Tia or are you playing the field? Which is it? And Colton says, I'm exploring other options, but Tia's still on the board.
That's the worst answer ever.
In my opinion, though, it's a fine answer to give. He's in paradise. He's not Tia's boyfriend. Why is he locked into just Tia? Because she's been preaching that she's in love with him. He never said he's in love with her.
If that girl is in love with you and you're not in love with her, she needs to be off the table.
True, and he needs to, and I was going to go into this, but he wasn't 100% truthful or fully honest with Tia during their date.
No.
He kind of gave her this wishy-washy answer that she left there thinking we're fucking going to the church house tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. They were making out and she was all up on his biceps. That sends a whole other signal. But anyway, that's whatever,
But I'm very conflicted because at the same time, he doesn't, as he said to Chris and them, this was only his 2nd date with Tia. Tia is talking as if they've been dating for months, and this is her 7th grade boyfriend. This was literally their 2nd date.
Yeah.
So he is still kind of trying to figure her out and figure out If he does like her beyond, because they went on that one date, then he immediately left and went on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, was in love with Becca for forever, came back, and now he's like still kind of like trying to see who this Tia girl is.
Yeah.
So like I think it's shady, but also like it's not that fucked up in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, where he did fuck up was he wasn't very explicit with her on the boat, and the fact that she left the boat feeling like they're on the same page.
Yes.
Clearly,
Yes.
Colton didn't do the right thing. He didn't say all that needed to be said.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, so that's where he was wrong. So anyways, Chris is, he learns that Colton and Tia kissed. He's pissed. The kiss changes everything. How can she explore other people when you're still in the back of her mind? You can only kiss people you're truly interested in. Colton, in that moment, looked genuinely confused. And I feel like he still doesn't fully understand the extent to which Tia has been marching around saying how much she loves him.
Yeah.
He's thinking, to Colton, clearly he was like, it was just a kiss. But for everyone else on the beach, they know that's more to Tia, though. So Colton being so confused, you could tell he just really doesn't fully understand like what went on that day that he wasn't there.
Yeah, right. And I guess he doesn't get it. My thing is all the cues are there. Because she went up to Becca and said, I'm still in love with Colton. What was that? A month before this?
Yeah.
This wasn't that long ago.
No, yeah.
So
he's playing dumb.
Know.
What is he doing?
Yeah.
He's playing dumb or he just is dumb. I don't know which it is.
Shoot, I don't know.
Guys play dumb all the time, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like they play dumb to get like more ass from different people.
Yeah, or also like I think a lot of guys have a fear of like rejecting girls. They have a fear of being mean.
Yeah,
being
and like looking bad.
Looking bad,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So he's towing the line. He knows he probably knows for sure, like Tia, or he knows, yeah, as you said, Tia went to Becca and said like, I'm in love with him. Like he knows that was a big deal. Tia has strong ass feelings for you.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, he's kind of like putting his hands up like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you mean? I just kissed her. Whatever, who cares?
Right.
What? Jeez. But anyway, it comes back to bite his ass in the next episode. Let's continue.
So he says that, he's like, I literally just told Becca I was in love with her. I can't just jump right back in with Tia. Which makes a lot of sense and also makes you think, okay, what are you doing here then?
What are you doing?
Because you are clearly still in love with Becca.
And you can't answer a question. Every answer was this roundabout, ring around the rosy ass answer. And I was like, can you just answer one of the two options? These are multiple choice. Are you in love with Tia or no? Well, I don't really know her, but maybe like I don't. Do it. Yes or no. Oh, God, you got on my nerves.
He doesn't know, though. He literally has no idea what's happening right now. Like,
so aggravating.
His heart and his head are all over the place, and he's madly still in love with Becca and is sitting here trying to pretend like he wants to play this whole paradise thing, and he generally doesn't even know what planet he's on right now. Like, he doesn't know what is happening. So that conversation went great. Next day, Kenny gets a date card.
So exciting.
He talks up with a couple people, and then he lands on Crystal and tells Crystal how he, had butterflies the first time he saw her.
How did this happen? Oh my God.
Gives her the date card and whisks her away. Now, Kevin, the Canadian...
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Yes. He's tight. He's a little nervous because he and Crystal had a little thing going on. Like, the night before, they, like, made out on the day beds or whatever.
Right.
So he's like, fuck, now she's going off on a date. And this is what I love about Paradise. Like, things change every second.
Instantly. Yep.
Instantly. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. You have to have at least... You have to have a main and, like, 2 side pieces. Because someone new might come down the stairs, take your main piece, and then you gotta go try and get a rose from the side pieces.
And they're not equal. Like, it's not like one girl goes and then one girl comes in. It's like one girl goes and 3 more girls come in.
3 more come. So then all the girls are like, fuck, and they're just, chomping at the bits.
Yep.
So, yeah, love it. So then Annalise Jordan is still talking about he's in love with her, and he wants to spend time with her.
So smitten.
He doesn't have a date card, so he plans this little cute dinner for her, and sets up this little table by the ocean, and trying to get to know each other, whatnot. And they're just talking. She says she's an artist. He's like, oh my god, I love artists. They're just like having these little like quote unquote cute moments. Whatever.
Are they? I don't know. I thought she, during this conversation, had a lot of code language for I'm older than you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She had a lot of like, I know what I want in my life. I want to be a wife. I want to be a mother. Like lots of like, I'm 33 and you are 26. So what's goody?
But at the same time, all he had to do was say, yes, I am ready. Yes, I'm serious. And she's like, okay, that's it. Like, she just she grabbed those empty words and just ran off into the sunset.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, girl, you are too old for this. You don't know no better by now?
I know.
Like, how are you buying any of this? This is where she got my Becky of the week, actually.
Oh, shit.
Actually, in this here moment. Because... how are you buying anything that is coming out of Jordan's mouth? He is 25 years old.
Yeah.
He is here for Instagram followers. He is not here for a wife.
No.
And I thought this was common knowledge.
Right. I thought everybody knew.
I thought everyone knew this. He's a joke. He's here to like build whatever career, whatever. He's trying to get some followers on whatever platform. He's not here for a wife. Like, are you serious, Annalise? Anyways, Yuki arrives. My girl, Yuki.
Oh, yeah. She gets on my nerves, but it's fine.
She's so cute. She's like 15.
Yeah.
She's so young.
Yeah.
She's the new bartender with Wells. Still not speaking much English, but, she always just has good energy and seems like a good time. So Crystal and Kenny, they're off on their date. They go to they call it Lucho Libre. Yeah,
you haven't.
Wrestling.
Of course,
date?
I've heard of this.
So yes, they go to one of these, which is cool because Kenny is literally a professional wrestler, so this is like his element. And they're all into it, and then suddenly Kenny's like in the act.
I know.
He's like part of the show.
I was loving this.
I know. Look at your face right now. I can see the blush through your brown ass cheeks.
This is actually my dream date. Like being on a date with a 36-year-old father on like
this is my nightmare. What? Oh my god,
like
Justine.
a big, muscular, like over 35 man, and then all of a sudden he's a professional wrestler defending my honor in Mexico. This is my dream life. I can't believe Crystal has my dream life.
It was pretty cool. He took off his shirt. He went into the show, throwing people around. It was pretty impressive. I'll give him that. Crystal was totally into it as well. After their date, they go and sit outside, and they're talking about how they each kind of had like a little controversy on their respective seasons. Yes.
Yeah, I liked how he asked her like flat out, like, so you were the villain. How did you deal with that?
Yeah, what was that like? And she said how, she just built up walls against the girls in the house and was acting out of character. It was just a lot of pressure, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, excuse
Fair enough.
Whatever.
Crystal was a fucking bitch on her season, but we have the wherewithal to know that she's probably not a crazy bitch in real life. Like, there's some redeemingness to her, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But not everyone does well in this process, and she definitely crumbled under this process.
Yeah.
But then, she kind of also related to Kenny, because Kenny had his moment too. He had some outbursts. He had a whole thing with Lee that he was forced into, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, if Lee wasn't there, he probably would have been good old Father Kenny. Like,
yeah.
All, neat and, cute. But, so they had that kind of, like, thing in common. And then, they're getting all cute and chummy, and he goes in for a kiss.
So, right before this, when they show the close-up shot of him, and he looks like he got rained on.
Oh my god, so sweaty.
Is my, for the Bachelor producers, my nigga, you ain't shit moment. Because why couldn't they just give him a little towel? They couldn't give him a kerchief. They couldn't give him nothing. Nothing. A bounty. Nothing. My
He was dripping.
God. He was literally dripping. And then he
Yeah.
had to make a move on her. They were like sitting there talking mad close.
I know. And she like had to accept the kiss. And it was
I know.
like,
What was she? That would be
aw.
really mean.
Yeah, she couldn't not.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have, yes, but like, they're having a moment. It's like
And
the
they
next
were
step.
Just talking about her being the villain.
Right.
Like, she can't do anything
Right.
to tarnish her reputation any further.
Right. She's supposed to be redeeming herself.
Yes.
So he goes in for this very cringy, very sweaty kiss. And then when he pulled away, he like licked his lips. Did you notice that? Ugh, it was... Ugh.
Even though I would, like, love it. But anyway.
Love Kenny, but I was cringing that entire
Yeah.
So anyways, back on the beach. Kevin is now hitting it off with Astrid. He's been on the hunt. He already knows Crystal ain't coming back for him, so he is out here trying to get a rose.
Yeah.
Him and Astrid are, you know, hitting it off. He asks her, you know, what are you looking for? These people are pissing me off with their answers, you know.
I know. Did they read the same, like, 4 sentences and then they all just took one?
Exactly. She says, you know, someone who wants a family, someone who wants to get married, who wants to have kids. So
like,
apparently
no shit,
me and Astrid could get married, because I want those things too, girl. Like, this answer told me absolutely nothing about the kind of man you're looking for. Like, he asked you, what are you looking for? Give me qualities.
Yep.
Tell me what core qualities, values... Like, give me a mission statement of the man that you, Astrid, need in your life.
Yeah.
Don't give me this blanket ass shit. Oh my god. Learning nothing. I wonder why these people are single.
And you wonder also why Natasha just calls these people the brunettes from next season.
The brunettes from next season, because you cannot differentiate them at all. They don't come in hot and heavy with like, this is me, this is what I'm looking for.
Any individuality would help.
Anything.
Like, I don't know the difference between this girl, Astrid, and then this other girl. God. What's
Angela.
her name? Amber?
Angela.
See?
Stop.
Oh.
Yup. So, yeah. So, anyways, they're a thing now. Yada yada. Anyways, Tia is sitting with the girls, telling them she is just so into Colton. She's so ready to give him her rose. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Colton's down on the beach playing football with Angela. Tia, and they're just laughing it up and having a hallelujah time. Mm-hmm. And Tia sees this, and now she's like, oh god, now I don't know what Colton wants. She just keeps... she's just going wherever the wind is these men's wind is taking her. She's blowing in the breeze with them. And it's like, oh my lord, girl. And like, it really just confirmed that like on their date, they accomplished nothing. They're still living on 2 different planes. And so now they need to have another conversation.
Right.
Like, this thing needs to get just nipped in the bud. Why can't y'all just nip
Nobody
this?
took initiative. I guess Tia probably did. Or they both probably thought they did, and then they left with 2 different outcomes.
Yeah. Well, Tia, she left the boat date feeling satisfied with that whack-ass wishy-washy answer that Colton gave her. I would have pressed him. I'd have been like, okay, no, you need to tell me, be more explicit. What do you mean when you say blah, blah, blah? Yeah. She just took the wishy-washy and ran with it. And clearly that wasn't a good answer. Yeah. So the 2 of them just really just prolonging the shit out of this thing. Mm-hmm. Time for the cocktail party. We have 9 women and 11 men, so that means 2 guys have to go home. Mm-hmm. We have a couple love triangles. We have John, Kendall, and Joe. Nick, Chelsea, and David. So,
Sorry. I'm sorry.
This is just ridiculous. Those 2, Nick and David, just, what is this?
They have got to go, yeah. So
Nick the white Josiah, he is sitting with Chelsea. He reminds me of, in college, it's like 4 a.m. at the frat house. Mm-hmm. If you're like one of the last kind of stragglers at the frat house, there's always that one frat brother who's just kind of like roaming around, talking to like the bottle of Jack He's like, the music is playing. He's like dancing in the corner by himself. He like
With
comes
himself.
up to you with himself.
Yeah.
He like comes up to you and like mumbles some shit, then walks away.
Yeah.
And then he just like finally passes out somewhere. Like he's just that weird brother who gets too drunk and the other brothers just kind of let him roam. That is what Nick looks like and feels like to me.
Yes, I would agree. I would say that if you went to a college that had house parties like I did, he's the guy who wakes up on your couch.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
And he's
drunk.
just there.
And he's still drunk the next day.
He's still drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We had a lot of those. Anyway,
gross.
we'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm. So he's that guy. He's talking with Chelsea, claiming that they had a phenomenal connection on their first day.
I'm sure in his drug-infused state, they did.
So delusional. Chelsea just sitting there, just smiling, looking pretty, and just nodding her head. Like,
I know.
Okay, I'm just gonna let him talk.
Yeah.
And then after he says that, he kind of goes off in this weird, like, inebriated rant about how he's not here to chase anyone for a rose, and he's looking for his partner in crime, and like some of these like random like bold statements, but like things he thinks Chelsea in the moment wants to hear, but really she's like, I just need to get out of here. Someone save me. Like, what is this guy doing? He won't leave me alone. Someone help me. Meanwhile, other love triangle, Joe and Kendall. Joe is so into Kendall. It's really cute.
I know, it's adorable.
I didn't know how I was going to feel about
looking,
this, but I like it.
Kendall's looking really cute this season.
She does, yeah. She looks very, like, easy breezy. Beautiful. Cover girl.
Yeah.
So,
Cover girl.
they go off and lay on the day beds. He says they, like, have drinks. And he's like, cheers. She's like, to what? He's like, to us. Joe is also a man of very few words.
Uh-huh.
I'm starting to worry that his vocabulary levels might be at like Garrett level.
No, Natasha, no.
I really hate to say that. He is.
No.
He's he's not just like a quiet guy, man. A few words. He also doesn't say a lot of.
I think he's just shy.
Sentences.
I think he's just shy because of the cameras.
I think so. Yeah, I think he definitely is kind of thrown by the camera thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him that. I'm going to give him all the excuses.
Yeah. I want to see more of their conversations, him and Kendall. They seem to have like a deep... There's something definitely deep and serious going. They're the strongest couple, I think, right now.
Oh, yeah.
The island or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we only ever see, like, these little tiny clips of him being like, you're so pretty. Cheers. Yes. The tuna looks nice. Like, these very, like, literally these 4-word sentences. And I'm like, no, please. Flashbacks, nightmares to Garrett.
Nightmares.
God. So, Joe and Kendall are sitting. Joe reveals that the reason he's come to Paradise is he wants to figure out why he's never been in love.
What?
Which, yeah, he said he'd never been in love before.
I almost burned my house down, you guys, on Monday, so I may have missed a few details. I left my oven on, so, you know.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, he said that.
That's absolutely ridiculous. How is he... I am so confused by him and Venmo John and how they're single.
I have so many questions on their backstories.
Yeah.
Like, have people on the internet dug up stuff yet? Do we, like, send
I'm sure
us
Grocery
things?
Store Joe has, like,
please. Get to work on the internet, people. Send me, like, old screenshots of shit.
Well, John probably deleted all of his history from the internet because he knows how to do that shit because he's a coder. And then Grocery Store Joe can barely use Instagram. So
yeah, so probably doesn't have much of a digital footprint. But, yeah, he's never been in love, he says. And he's telling Kendall that he feels like he's gotten to know her more in 2 days than other people in 2 months. And that's the thing with Paradise; they're literally spending all day together.
Yeah, so with no technology.
He's gotten to know her way better than like any of the guys got to know Becca.
Right. Yes.
And it's only been 2 days, but 2 full ass days, 48 hours with her. And so he tells her, very cute, if I don't get a rose from you, I don't want it from anybody else.
Oh,
and when Joe says that, it's not a line. Like, he genuinely means that. Like, if he doesn't get her rose, he's going to be like, well, all right, this is fun. Going back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's that. Very cute. Next, Kendall goes and sits with John, her other dude. John is just Venmo John. So adorable.
Ugh, love.
He is so corny, but so lovable at the same time.
Yep.
And he has a great body.
Great body, great face.
Great face. Just
hairline, everything.
Strong hair. Yeah. It's a good package.
Full package.
So they go off and, lay on another day bed. They both agree that they've enjoyed getting to know each other, and they have a cool little vibe. And they have a cute little makeout session. Mm-hmm. So back to Colton and Tia again. They, of course, have to have another conversation.
Right.
And so they go on a separate day bed and chat. And Colton says, look, I came on to Paradise to be selfish and to figure out what I want. And he says, and I don't want you to see that. Basically, he doesn't want her to see him with other girls.
Yeah, right.
And, says that he owes it to himself to explore. Tia can't take no for an answer. Still trying to fight for her man.
This was very triggering for me. I can't even lie.
Really?
Well, because I think that we've all been there with giving a guy way too many chances when he just doesn't deserve it because he has whatever you think you need at the time.
Yes, but also he's almost blatantly saying to her, I am not that into you.
But he's not saying that.
He's not saying that, but why is she not picking that up?
Because she's picking up any other sign. If he touched her hand at that moment, she's like, oh, but maybe he doesn't mean it. Maybe he doesn't think so.
Oh my God.
We're seeing this on TV a lot, and I just think that I can't act like I'm above it. I can't act like I'm above this moment. Mm-hmm. There's definitely been moments where I've just given a guy way too many chances. There's a line in a song. I'm not going to say the artist's name because she's canceled. But it says, I'm running out of second chances, but I'll give you another if you say you tried.
Okay.
And this is what this reminded me of. I was like, damn, Tia, he's not even owning his shit. He's not even telling you that he dead-ass kissed you on that date and was rubbing on your back and all this foolishness and then wants to go be with other girls. He's not even really telling you that, but you're just going along. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I guess I have too much pride. I haven't been in this situation. If a guy is telling me flat out, he's not saying flat out I'm not into you, but in so few words he's telling me I'm just not that into you. Yeah. I can't keep trying. At some point my pride is just gonna take a beating, and I have to, just run away without some integrity. Like anything. But she's still trying to fight for him. So she says to him, well, does it bother you to see me with other people? And he flat out said, nope.
He did?
He didn't even say no. He said nope.
Nope.
N-O-P-E. I was like, oh, Lord. And he just, further, he keeps admitting, I just don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. And basically he's saying, he doesn't know what he wants, but what he does know is he doesn't want to be tied down to you. Again, oof. Saying all I'm reading between the lines, which you shouldn't have to do. Colton should just say what he means and mean what he says.
Yeah, but he doesn't know.
But he actually doesn't even know.
Yeah.
This is also showing his immaturity. And,
yes.
He has a lot of growing to do.
I thought about that as well. I was like, this is exactly how you came onto this show in a very insecure place about his virginity and why he hasn't lost it yet. I feel because he just doesn't know what he wants. Now I see he's an NFL player, he's tall, he's cute, he's fine, he's this, he has his own charity, all this stuff. Now I'm starting to see, I'm like, okay, you can't make a decision.
Yeah. His decision-making skills are not the greatest.
They're off. Now I can see how there's no anatomical issues, none of that other hypotheses. Mm-hmm. You just can't make up your mind. I get it.
It's also, but it's definitely a maturity thing because he, as I said before, he's still kind of worried. He's still in that worry of he wants girls to think he's nice. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to offend her. He doesn't want to tell her, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When if he was like a mature, full-ass, confident man, he wouldn't care about that stuff. He would live in his truth and be like, look, Tia, really like you, but I'm here to do me, and I don't think it's going to work with us, and I'm sorry. I know that hurts, but it is what it is. But he can't say that because he's still worried about how people perceive him, and that is just like a sign of immaturity, I think.
Yeah, for men or women.
For men or women, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, Tia, she's still fighting. It's weird to me, though, how Tia is so ready to lock down this guy who was just in love with your friend. Like, she's so totally fine with being the rebound. It's wild.
Yeah, I don't think she sees herself that way.
Because she thinks she was there first.
She was there for, I'm doing the air quotes.
Yeah.
There first.
So she's viewing it not as a rebound, but like he's coming back to
He's coming back to me. He just had to go on the show, but he's coming back to me now.
Oh my god, girl. This is odd. Like, this is very odd.
I know, but I think he just has whatever she needs at the moment. Mm-hmm. That's not always dick. It could be something else. Mm-hmm. And I think whatever he's got a hold on her. I still don't know what it is after that one-on-one date and this episode. Still not sure. But he's got something that she needs.
Yeah, there's definitely an unspeakable something about Colton that she can't just get over. I feel like.
She's desperate for. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, love Colton, but still, like, he would be the last guy on the island that I would go for because he's the freshest one off of Becca's season. Mm-hmm. And it's just weird that she's, like, running straight towards him. Like, that is, like, his heart is not available to you.
Right.
Not you, not anybody here.
Anybody else, yeah.
And so, like, why are you wanting to do this uphill fight? It's strange. Anyways, so Tia, she still comes with the bullshit. She tells him, like, tonight is important. If you want to stay here, no one else is going to give you a rose. Like, it's like she's trying to blackmail him into, like...
Absolutely. She absolutely was. Because she had her plan A, which was that he was going to rush back into her arms. And her plan B was, I'll get you eliminated off the show.
Exactly. And Colton, he ain't stupid because he knows this is ceremony night, so he's still trying to walk on eggshells. Like,
oh, yeah. Yep.
I'm not that into you, but I also need a rose, so just in case.
So, like, you're pretty.
Still playing the game.
Yep.
So, anyways, Tia leaves that conversation. She's like, this is not looking good with Colton. She goes and chats with Chris, Gospel Chris, who spits a whole bunch of lines about how he knows what he wants and blah, blah, blah. Tia just runs with those lines. She knows what she wants too. She's very easily impressed, I notice. And it definitely has to do with her, I think, being from Arkansas and, like, that pool in Arkansas, like, that dating pool leaves much to be desired. So any of these fuckboys in Paradise just, wink at her and say, I'm ready for love, and she's just totally ready to marry them. It's crazy. Oh my god.
Also a level of maturity, I'd say.
For Tia?
For Tia, yeah. I feel like he should have gone outside of Arkansas and, like, experienced other dudes by now.
Yeah, it's maturity. It's also, it's exposure. I feel like she hasn't been exposed that much. So she's very easily impressed with anything that seems a little bit, like, shiny and new.
Yeah.
And, like, says, a couple lines to her. And Chris, I think he likes Tia also because he likes competition. So this is where, we get further into Chris. By the end of the episode, I just don't fuck with him, not at all. Yeah. But here in this moment is where I really start to see the signs that he likes competition. He likes the feeling of potentially beating Colton.
Right. Like,
that's what's kind of egging on this, like, feelings for Tia. I don't think it's just Tia. It's also, like, he's playing this game, almost. Yeah. That no one else knows is going on besides him. Like,
him. Just him alone.
Yeah. It's like player one and only one. Like.
Yeah, I realized a lot of things about Gospel Chris in the past 2 episodes, but that was definitely one of them. Like, he can't just take the person for the person. He also needs some sort of, like, experience to go along with dating the person. It can't be drama-free. There's got to be, like, some other element in there.
There's got to be some drama, some competition, something on top of it.
Yeah.
It's like, can you just go date this girl and sit down? Like, it's a big damn deal. So Colton, he knows he ain't getting Tia's rose, so he's out here shucking for a rose. Mm-hmm. He grabs Angela, who he's playing football with earlier. And Angela right now, she seems a bit meh. She's wondering if he's here for the right reasons. She's not sure that he's ready because he's fresh from Becca's season. Colton's like, where is she getting all these things from?
Yeah.
He immediately goes and confronts the Three Stooges. And Nick basically admits that it was him. He spoke to Angela and kind of like planted these seeds in her head. So we go into the rose ceremony, and we have two guys who are going home. And the roses go out. Crystal gives to Kenny. Astrid gives to Kevin, the Canadian. Tia gives it to Chris. Kendall gives hers to Joe. Mm-hmm. So she chose Joe, not John. And so in this moment, I was like, "Fuck, who's John? Who's gonna give it to John? Who's gonna give it to John?"
I was sure it was gonna be Chelsea. I was sure.
Freaking out. So Annalise gives to Jordan. Nisha gives to Eric. Chelsea gives to David.
Ridiculous.
Which, well, it confirmed that Nick was going home, basically.
That's true. Yeah.
Nick
so that was positive.
Because who else is gonna give it to him?
Yeah.
Angela finally comes in and saves the day and gives her rose to John.
Yep.
Because I was about to jump through the screen.
Oh my god.
And whoop somebody's
Could you
ass.
imagine if we lost Wills and John in the same episode?
I'm not doing this. It's over. Not doing this. And yeah, we have 3 people left. Nick, Wills, and Colton. Bibiana comes up, shocks the world, gives her rose to Colton. And she tells Colton, like, I hope this gives you the chance for people to get to know you for you. Mm-hmm. Tia and Chris are obviously tight. They thought Colton was for sure going home, so they can go off and, be a happy couple. And America, collectively, awarded Bibiana the nigga you ain't shit award.
Yeah.
Because she ultimately sent Wills home.
Yeah, right. Not even for giving it to Colton, but for sending Wills home.
For sending Wills home. Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking sucked. This was just like Eric on Winter Games. He was
I know. I feel like it was orchestrated. I don't know if she wanted to give that rose to him.
100%. Twitter, everyone on Twitter is talking about or theorizing that the producers paid her.
Yeah. It was a
or something.
Pick.
And if anyone watches Unreal, the show Unreal, they show this. The producers 100% do all kind of paying under the table and they incentivize things.
Exactly.
And so this felt definitely like that moment because Colton 100% should have went home. This is crazy. So yeah, we have to say goodbye to Wills.
Oh.
Barely saw. He was there for 2 days. Got no screen time.
None.
Saw no outfits. He packed mad outfits.
Oh, I know. We missed all the coordinating sets.
All coordinating sets. Didn't see him even keying with any girls.
No.
There's that. It's the last of Wills. When are we going to see Wills again?
No, ever again. Maybe another Bachelor in Paradise?
A year from now? Oh, God. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Go follow him on Instagram.
Go follow him, guys. Like his sponsored posts.
Please. Support Black-owned businesses. The next day, everyone's talking. No one understands why the fuck Bibiana gave Colton the rose.
Why is he still here?
Why is he here? Colton is hyped. He's ready to explore the ladies. He's excited to still be in paradise because even he thought he was going home. Mm-hmm. And then Chris Harrison arrives and announces that someone will be arriving and this person is going to change everyone's perspective and basically shake shit up. Yep. Everyone's like, who the fuck is this going to be? He then shoos the guys away and says that the person coming is here to speak with the ladies. Mm-hmm. So the guys go off on the beach onto one of the daybeds. They all guess that it's Becca.
Yeah.
Like, immediately. Sure enough, it's Becca. comes on down the stairs, goes to the girls. She's all like, I'm engaged. Da, 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 da. They're all like,
oh my god, I'm so happy.
so happy. All the girls are like melting, just seeing her in love. They're like, this is my future. If I stick with the process, this is what I can get.
Oh my god.
No, bitch, this shit don't work for y'all.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
girl.
actually, they have a better chance because Paradise works a little bit better.
Oh yeah, Paradise does, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, Kenny, he kind of sneaks up in the bushes to confirm that it is Becca.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and tells the guys that it is Becca. Colton in that moment literally, like, instantly is on the verge of tears.
Instantly
On the verge of tears when he gets the confirmation.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he reminds us, he just brought her home to his family.
Yep.
He also didn't get any closure from Becca. Their breakup, they were both sitting there, like, saying nothing to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was holding back tears and holding back everything. Remember I said he was in his limo and he kind of like, I said he looked like a guy who has been through some shit and just doesn't cry. He has a dad that tells him, like, walk it off.
You're a man.
Like,
yeah.
You're a man, walk it off.
Yeah.
So he was holding everything in during his breakup with Becca. And Becca also didn't really give him much answers either. Mm-hmm. So shit is pretty fresh for Colton. And also on the notes with Colton, like, he's like a little baby duckling. Like, he doesn't have a lot of experience. He hasn't had a lot of girlfriends. Yeah. Right. I think he's had little girlfriends here and there, but, like, Becca represents a lot for him.
Yeah, a lot of growth and, like, transition into his adult relationships and what they represent in his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what he should be doing.
And, like, as ridiculous as this Bachelorette thing is, and he fell in love with this girl that he knew for, like, 5 seconds, like, she represents a lot for him. And, like, this is real heartbreak. Like, he actually experienced, real heartbreak with her.
Right.
And it wasn't that long ago. So he's, like, with the guys, he's really going through it. Meanwhile, down on the other end of the beach, Becca comes down to the beach with Tia for them to have a little chat. Colton, from a distance, can see Becca. And his face just turns white, like even whiter than his ready white skin. And he just tells the guys, like, this is the tipping point. I don't even know what I'm doing here, and just walks away. Like, he's triggered. In that moment, it's like he woke the fuck up, and it's like, he woke up and was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the girl that I love is on the other end of the beach, and I'm here trying to, like, pretend like I'm here trying to find a wife. And I'm in this fucking mess with Tia, and I can't even stop thinking about that other girl down the beach. Like, oh my god. So then, basically for the next 10 minutes, Colton is, like, standing for his, like, interview, but he's just looking off into the distance. It was so sad. Like, they had him set up on this rock that was, like, perfectly positioned so that he could see a clear view.
Yeah,
perched.
to see her.
Get a clear view of Becca, and he's just standing. The camera's just on his face, locked on his face, and he's just standing and staring off into the distance in silence. And it's just crushed, just on the verge of tears. He eventually sits down. He says he doesn't feel well. He's going to throw up.
Aww.
And then finally he talks to the camera, and this time he's just crying, just really crying. He said he didn't, coming to Paradise, I didn't know if I was ready, and I'm just now realizing that I'm not. And, like,
you know what's funny? And we brought her up last week, I think. Millionaire matchmaker Patty always said that men fall in love with their eyes and women fall in love with their ears. And I think it's so funny how he has talked and audibly said and answered questions saying exactly what he's saying in this confessional, and didn't really believe it until he saw Becca. Like, nothing was gonna if somebody asked him, are you still in love with Becca, he'd probably be like, yeah, I am, but I'm out here trying to do me. Yeah. But as soon as he saw Becca, it was over.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's for anyone, though. Like, this, I really felt bad for Cole. Like, after this, he goes up to the room, and he's just for real balling.
Like
balling.
Needs a Yanla. Like,
yeah, like, needs a big black bosom to just lay his head on.
No! No!
He is bawling. Like, this man was very in love with Becca, apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
my goodness. Like, he really looks broken.
That's the thing.
And-
It's probably the magnitude of the relationship in comparison to all of his other ones. This is probably the highest.
Oh, yeah. This was
he's
a
ever
big
been.
deal for Colton. Yeah.
Yeah.
A huge deal. And... yeah, I think anyone, guy or girl, seeing someone that you love or have some type of history with that you didn't end well with, seeing them again,
Oof.
it's crushing.
Yeah.
It's really sad. It's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Terrible. So yeah, he's up there just really beside himself, bawling his eyes out. David comes up to comfort Colton. Colton is just letting it all out. Him and David having a full-on therapy session, the two of them. Mm-hmm. David, did you notice this? You're the beauty girl. David's eyebrows are... I don't know if he draws them. Them shits are real long.
He probably gets them microbladed. I can see him getting them microbladed.
They were, like, drawn so far down. I don't know if they're drawn or... He looked like Liza Minnelli. That's what I kept thinking in my head.
Yes, he does. You know what? I didn't see it because I try not to look at him, to be honest. But he does look like that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's him trying to look older.
I don't know. Something's going on with his eyebrows. It's freaking me out. So anyways, David asked Colton, like, do you think you need to talk to Becca? Like, what do you think you need to, like, kind of get through this? And Colton says, like, I don't even know if I can compose myself in a conversation with her.
Could you imagine you are heartbroken, laying your whole soul and everything is just on fire in your body, and the only person to talk to is David? Could you imagine? Oh my god, that would be so horrible.
The worst. And yeah. So suddenly, Becca, she finishes her conversation with Tia, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna go find Colton. And like runs down the beach, skips by, hey guys, what's going on? Where's Colton? Like runs up the stairs, like no one could even be like, bitch, no, don't go. Like she's already halfway up the steps. They're like, oh god. And so she's trotting up the steps, Colton's still bawling, and you know, the episode ends and the whole like to be continued.
To be continued in 24 hours.
Yeah. This was, to be honest, this was great television. It was also really fucking cruel.
Yeah, I didn't love it, to be honest. I really didn't fall in love with Bachelor in Paradise until tonight, until Tuesday's episode.
Oh, yeah,
I was really, really bored with this whole narrative.
The Tia Colton thing.
And I just don't give a fuck if Colton finds love on Paradise, and I don't give a fuck if Tia finds love on Paradise.
Yeah,
I want to see more of Kenny, Nisha, Eric, John, Melanin. Somewhere.
Melanin.
So.
Yeah, it was very, very long and drawn out.
Yeah, too much.
And yeah, it was another one of those just like icky scenes. Like it was so manufactured.
Yep.
For like a very emotional moment. Like they needed this out of Colton because they knew it would be good television, and it was great television. I was on the verge of tears my damn self. But at the same time, it was like, this is just too much. You can see the puppet strings at work.
Exactly.
You see it.
And it's just invasive.
Yeah, a little bit weird. So that's that. Before I go into part 2, though, I just wanted to say, in terms of watching Colton as the Bachelor, because this whole thing was like his Bachelor bid.
Yep.
This was them putting together a package for creating Colton into a potential candidate for the Bachelor.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, has Colton already ruined things with Bachelor Nation? You know, as I said before, he's not that well liked anymore. I'm over here by myself, like, yay, Colton. None of y'all fuck with him no more. And the Tia thing was, like, very messy. So, like, do you think this was enough? Do you think this little emotional thing with Colton, he still has a shot?
So just episode on the 13th, just Mondays, was enough to redeem him?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Because there's a bunch of people who are out here who were like, oh my god, I'm so happy for Becca and Garrett. Those same people will happily watch Colton season with no problem.
That's true. That's a good point.
And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people who are out here who are just fine with that. And I think that we've all let go of Blake being the Bachelor. And I think this is them trying to get us to forget about Jason.
Jason is not a real contender.
I know he won't be, but I would still love to see. So I think this is enough. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Fuck y'all.
Oh my god, guys, I might need a new partner.
All right, let's go into part 2 of the episode.
Yep.
Tuesday night. So going into part 2, Tuesday night episode. So Becca, she trots up the stairs and walks in on Colton, and she's all, hey, how are you? He pulls it together and manages
magically.
Doesn't drop a tear, gives her a hug. They go out and sit and have a little chat. You know, Becca admits that there was a lot of things left unsaid during their goodbye. Colton, his one big question he had for Becca is, did Tia play a part in me going home? He's like, I need to know this.
Yeah.
Like, can I fuck with this girl or not?
Right.
Like, what was that? And Becca said, like, she admits, like, yes, I saw Tia the day before, but no, I had stronger feelings for the other guys, so it's still, it is what it is. That's it. And then Becca asks him, like, you know, do you think you're ready to find love? You know, she's looking at him, he looks a fucking mess.
Right.
And she's like, are you ready to find love? And he tells her, like, not really right now. You know, I told Tia I don't really know what I want. You know, I'm still wondering if I'm ready. Like, he's kind of saying these things like he's feeling it out. Now, Becca, she gives her little, quote-unquote advice, her 2 cents. And she says, you know, going into the Bachelorette immediately after Ari, I knew what I wanted. Yeah. And so I pushed through.
Yeah. Pushed through the heartbreak.
Just went, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you're admitting that you weren't ready, but you just went through it anyway. Like, this whole thing was very odd. I was like, I don't think this is good advice at all. Sounds
like,
horrible.
girl, I can read right through that shit. Like,
yeah, I was very heartbroken from Ari. I had no business being the Bachelorette, but I pushed on through.
Because I knew what I wanted.
I knew what I wanted. What? Okay. Oh my god. And so she leaves him with that. At the end of their combo, she basically tells him, like, be strong, keep going.
Oh my god.
Like, this is the worst advice ever.
Like, he's running the New York City Marathon. Like, girl, this is not...
No, this is matters of the heart.
And there's other people involved.
Yes, other people involved. Like, he has no business being here. So, anyway, she leaves. As she leaves, she says, I'll tell Garrett you said hello.
Oh, she said that?
You ain't hear that?
No.
She sure enough said that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm already done with her. I can't.
Yeah, nope.
I can't. So, Colton, he goes back to the guys. He's, you know, his face is all cleared up. Washed his face, rubbed the, you know, the redness on his eye.
Yeah, they got him a bounty anyway.
Got him a bounty, right. Kenny out here sweating all over everybody. So he goes back to the guys. He tells them, you know, he got the closure that he really wanted. And he's decided that he's staying. And he's ready to open up. All the guys are like, huh? like, you dead ass were just bawling. Like, are you for real?
Like, not even an hour ago.
Not even an hour ago.
In shambles.
Shambles. Like, hyperventilating on the bed, divulging your deep, darkest secrets to fucking David Manelli on the ground. And now you're like, I'm ready, got my closure, where are the ladies? Like, what? Oh my god. That made no sense. And then Chris R just keeps digging himself into a hole for me. Just keeps on digging. Yeah. He, in the confessional, he's just talking so much shit. Again, the competition. So much shit. Can't even have a little decency of a heart to be like, I see what Colton's going through. This must be tough. No. I don't really fuck with this guy, but, like, I can see that his feelings for Becca were real, and he's really going through it. He's still in the confessional just digging at the dude. Yeah. And says the most asinine thing. He says, you know, being a virgin is an emotional kind of thing.
This is where he gets my nigga you ain't shit award. Okay. I was screeching at the television when he said that. I could not believe how he has just the balls and the audacity to come at Colton the way he does. Yes. It's so horrendous. As somebody who was one of the villains of his season, he really doesn't have a place to be coming at people any kind of way.
No,
Also, your identity is a bird.
This goose stupidness.
This goose shit is it's lame. There's no branding. It's not sticky. It's whack. Get the fuck out of here. No, it's done. And he's also like not. Like, I would rather Colton than Chris. I would rather have a conversation with Colton than have a conversation with Chris.
I don't even want to look at Chris anymore on this this season. Better have a conversation? Fuck this.
Yeah, no, he's the worst.
He's the worst. I want someone to punch him. He's annoying as hell. He talks a lot of shit. He's still doing these low blows with the virginity thing. It's old. Yep. It's tired. He's so into this weird competition. He is the definition of, like, you know, we're saying on this season, all the guys are always, like, puffing up their chests. Like, it was this weird, like, toxic masculinity bullshit that was, like, rampant in the house. He's, like, the leader of this. I cannot stand him. Yeah. I can't. That little comment that he made made no sense, first of all. Right. And second of all, aren't we over the little, like, virginity digs? It's tired. That shit died on Men Tell All. Find something else.
Oh my god. And there are other things to poke at Colton. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, and it makes me think that he's not good in bed himself.
Right, because he's overcompensating for something. If he keeps digging out the virgin, there's got to be something going on with you, my dude.
I bet you his car is, like, bright yellow. He seems like one of those motherfuckers.
Yep.
You know.
Bright yellow car, just flat. He wears, like, Louis Vuitton belts.
Yeah, he wears, like, Versace shoes.
Yeah. Stupidness.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God. So anyways, the guys have the power this week.
Yep.
Annalise. She's got to be one of the most ridiculous human beings. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she is almost representative of all of the crazy that goes on in women's heads that we don't let out because we know it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, when guys call girls crazy a lot of the time, it's because they have let their Annalise out. Their inner Annalise has left their body and come to their mind.
Totally see that. She's living... I don't even know what realm this is. She's 33, needs a husband, but is, like, literally saying to the camera how Jordan is a sweetheart. Mm-hmm. He's such a good guy. He's going to make a really amazing husband.
How?
And I'm like, who are you? Who are we talking about again? I'm, like, so confused.
Yeah. I was blown away by this.
Blown away.
For somebody who's so afraid of everything, I'm just shocked that she would jump into a relationship
with Jordan.
This man who is an act.
An act. A full-on character. This is crazy. So as she's saying all this and just preaching, you know, all the goodness of Jordan, our girl Jenna arrives.
Oh my god.
We love Jenna here.
Oh my, stan Jenna. Stan Jenna. So excited that she was
Loved her in
here.
RE season. Didn't get enough of her.
Yep.
Probably my favorite moments of RE season. She's barefoot and she just straddles him on the couch.
Oh yeah.
Ari. Barefoot. Like, there was no explanation for why she was barefoot.
Yeah.
She just was. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god. Love Jenna. Jenna arrives. She's got pink hair now. Mm-hmm. She's in a pink outfit. She looks like a 2018, like Coachella Marilyn Monroe.
I was gonna say, somebody who goes to EDM festivals, like, before the paint gets thrown on them. Mm-hmm.
And, like, a little old... She gives me, like, old Hollywood for some reason. I don't know why.
I guess her face.
Yeah. Or, like, a pinup something.
Yeah.
So she arrives. She's claiming she's looking for someone who can give her deep intellectual conversations about life.
What?
And then that's what she said to the camera. And then she starts chatting with Chris Harrison and immediately tells him that she's an alien. So
yes.
The crazy came out already.
Yep.
This girl's weird. So Jenna goes down to the beach. She's saying hi to everyone. Jordan is immediately in love. Mm-hmm. This is love at first sight. Like, literally happening. Much as I can't stand Jordan, like, you literally see him, like, in love with her in this moment.
I know. It was kind of cute.
It was a little bit cute. So Jenna has a date card, and, you know, she's talking to a bunch of people. She pulls Jordan aside to chat, And the both of them are just giddy.
Yeah.
They're talking about how similar they are. They're both crazy, and they kind of have these little weird kind of
very
crazy quirky kind
Yeah.
of crazy sides to them. They also learn it's her birthday. So they're both really liking each other just from like that one little conversation. Just hit it off instantly. Jordan goes back, tells everybody he's so into Jenna. Couldn't have met anyone more suitable for him.
Jeez.
Just head over heels already for her.
Yeah.
Jenna and Jordan, in my opinion, this would never last.
No. Like, you could see the sparks coming off of them when they first met, but I don't know what they talk about.
Right. What deep conversations are y'all having that they keep saying that they're having, but what are they having? Like, what? And, like, on the surface, yeah, you can see the sparks, and you see, like, they seem like they could be perfect for each other because they're both kind of, like, wild and crazy. But in reality, I actually think Jenna would wreck his heart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bulldoze it.
Bulldoze it. Jenna she's a wild one. Like, she's not someone who can really be tamed. I had to really think about this. I, like, really sat and think, like, who would be a good match for Jenna? Jenna, I feel like she needs someone who's almost like the male version of Kendall. Someone who's very weird and quirky, but is really grounded at the same time.
Yeah.
And so with them, she can also be her wild and crazy side, or a crazy person, but that person would keep her grounded. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And I feel like with Kendall, we keep knowing more weird quirks about her. And I feel like Jenna would get bored with a regular person.
Yeah, she can't be with no regular person. But she also can't be with a Jordan. Because Jordan, his wild craziness, that shit is all an act.
Right, exactly.
It's all an act, and it's all a front for some deep-seated something that's going on from his childhood. I know. He very briefly went into it very briefly on his 2-on-1 date. There's something going on there, and there's a reason why he's acting like this.
Yeah.
Jenna is truly, in her truth, a weirdo.
Yeah. Right.
And so Jordan, I feel like, will constantly be playing like catch up with Jenna, like trying to be cool and weird like her, but she is just gonna run amok on him. Yeah. And she needs someone who's like weird like her, but also very grounded. So and
who can see right through her and be like, stop playing these games.
Stop playing. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they ain't gonna last. It looks cute on the outside, but this is a mess.
We'll see.
Yeah. So Jenna, she eventually, reveals that she wants to take Jordan on her date. She comes down to the beach and, whisks him away they're all laying on the daybed. And everyone is like, oh my God, yes, you guys are perfect for each other. Jordan is so smitten. He's been so smitten since you arrived. Everyone is forgetting that Annalise is sitting right there.
She's sitting right there, silently crying. Silent tears.
Silently. Like, they are saying the cutest, nicest things to Jenna and Jordan, but, like, no one even remembered that Annalise and Jordan literally were a thing, like, 5 seconds before Jenna showed up. Felt so bad for the girl. Trifling, everybody. And so Jordan and Jenna, they go off on their date. They are going horseback riding down the beach. They are just falling in love with each other, sitting on the beach, making out, standing up, making out. Her whole ass is out, frolicking on the beach.
I loved it. Her whole ass was out this whole episode.
Blurred the whole time. Love it.
Jenna, I wish I had a little bit more Jenna in me,
Right? Well, I gotta be like Jenna. Just out here.
Yeah, just like out here, just living. She's great.
And so, yeah, Jordan is just fully in love with her. He tells the camera, this is what I came here for.
Wow. That's it?
That's crazy. Because he told Annalise that he was telling the camera that he came there for Annalise.
Yes,
that's
he did.
What he had said.
Yeah.
So, he ain't shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the beach, Annalise is talking with Nisha, talking about how she can't wait to... this is what she said. This girl's nuts. She can't wait to make it to the end and have a ring on her finger.
Is that what happens at the end of this? Somebody proposes?
Some people propose, yeah.
What?
Not everybody. Oh, yeah, they get a lot of
proposals
in Paradise.
Okay.
So she's trying to... Everybody's trying to be the next Jade and Tanner, which is like the...
Oh, yeah.
Jade and Tanner, Carly and Evan, they're like the Bachelor in Paradise, big success stories. They have kids now, so it's
yes,
like,
exactly. Yep.
Everybody's waiting for that. Yeah. I'm like, Annalise, this dream, stop.
Like, if this is...
End it. Wake up,
Yeah, you can't
bitch.
keep chasing this.
No.
Like, stick to the rivers and the lakes that you are used to, Annalise.
Exactly. That's funny. So, anyways, nighttime now. Jordan and Jenna return from their dates, and even before they go down the steps, they are just hardcore making out.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. Her whole ass is out, blurred out. They are just eating each other's face.
Love it.
Then they, go down the steps, and they're both just raving about the dates, and, going on and on how great it was, how magical their connection was, blah, 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 blah. Now Jordan immediately takes Annalise aside and pretty much tells her straight up, like, my connection with Jenna, he said, like, my connection with Jenna was next level.
Mm-hmm.
Our date today was unreal. Was just raving about the date to Annalise's face, and then told her, like, I told Jenna that she was going to get my rose. And then, Annalise is just kind of sitting there just taking it all in.
Yeah.
And he's, feeding her some real honesty and tells her, but, tomorrow, you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen with Jenna. So I'm, quote, saving a place for you if something happens.
I was wondering how he said it. I was so disgusted and appalled when he said it this way.
Like, Jordan had me too. I was really appreciating his blatant honesty.
Yeah, yes, me too. This is what Colton should have been doing.
This is what Colton should have done. You need to be explicit with people, especially with these girls like Annalise and Tia who hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, you really
like create whole narratives in their mind that ain't nobody said.
Yeah.
And he came in real. It's hard to hear, but he said it.
Yeah.
And spoke it very truthfully, but then had to end it with, but just in case, you're my plan B. So if anything goes wrong with Jenna, if another guy walks in and she goes for him, then I got you. Like,
right.
That's basically what he said. Oh my god. So Annalise kind of just had to, like, take it in and move the fuck on.
Yeah, just deal.
So Jordan, he's running around telling everybody he loves her. He loves the way she blinks. He loves the way she smiles. He loves the way she claps her hands when she laughs or some shit.
Yeah.
He's, fully in love. Then, like clockwork, here comes David.
Oh my god.
David Manelli comes in with a birthday cake.
David Manelli!
I'm calling him from now on. Comes in with a birthday cake for Jenna, who is asleep on the daybed. It is her birthday. Comes, surprises her with a cake, and basically just wants to, like, pick her brain on, like, why she chose Jordan. And this guy is obsessed with Jordan. It's weird.
Know. It's really not a storyline at all. I just don't see how these Bachelor's producers have created any content out of this.
They're milking the shit out of this.
Yeah. And David just goes with whatever. So.
David goes with it, and Jordan doesn't even play into it anymore.
Right.
Jordan himself is like, because he's like, this is just what he does. I can't even. This is his storyline.
Right.
It's wild. So he's trying to pick Jenna's brain, why she chose Jordan. You look like someone who's looking for something serious, not a fling. He's a worst.
Is that what she looks like? Because her ass was blurred out the whole episode.
Right. This girl is down for anything. If she finds her husband, okay. But if she's here for a fling too. She's just here for fun.
Yeah, she's down with whatever. Mm-hmm. You're putting her in a box, David.
Right. So, of course, Jordan comes down. And then Jenna's just sitting there awkwardly between the two of them. David's yapping away and talking his foolishness. Jordan is sitting there silently, not playing into this bullshit. And as I say, he just says to the camera, like, this is what he does. This is what David does. I'm not playing into the storyline. This is stupid. And I don't blame him. Like, this is the whole thing is getting drawn out. The David Jordan thing. It's David the whole time. It's just him at this point.
Exactly, because Jordan can stand on his own.
Yeah, he's fine. Next up, other couples around, Eric and Angela.
So, I was thrilled.
Finally seeing a little Eric.
Finally seeing my Eric put some moves on somebody. He didn't mention the planets. He didn't mention the stars. I was very excited about this.
Sure didn't. Yep. So Eric last week, he got Nisha's rose, but he said that it was more like a friendship kind of thing going on, or a friendship rose. So I'm like, oh, poor Nisha. Hope she finds somebody else.
Damn, Nisha.
Like, damn. And so he's, talking with Angela because he's been feeling Angela. So two of them are on the couch. They're chatting it up, talking about deep shit. Eric, he was talking about the sun and the stars and all that stuff, but he's a different kind of dude. He's not going to sit there and talk pleasantries. Like, he wants to talk some deep stuff. So Angela's able to keep up, and so they're having a really good connection. And, they cheers, they hug it out, and then they have a little makeout sesh. Mm-hmm. It was cute. It was a little, I don't know if this was smooth or what this was. They cheers, and he kind of was like looking at her very longingly / creepily. And he was like, "Can I get a hug?" And then she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then the hug obviously was like a kiss. So,
right.
you gotta do what you gotta do. So there's a lot of couples happening. Mm-hmm. There's a few women, though, who's still kind of up in the air. Bibiana, we don't know what's going on with her.
I was wondering the whole time. I was agreeing with everything she said, but I was like, who's your man, though? But it's okay.
What? Are you trying to find somebody? You trying to go home? Like, what? So Bibiana, we don't know what's going on with her. And Nisha, we don't know what's going on with her.
No.
Chelsea, not sure what's going on with her.
Chelsea.
And Annalise, who the fuck knows?
Lord, she's lost. She lost her husband. She got divorced.
Mm-hmm. Right. She's a divorced woman walking, a scorned widow, like walking around paradise, pining over this dumbass Jordan. So in the midst of all this, someone new arrives.
Oh.
And it's Caroline. Caroline from Ari season. Caroline is gorgeous. I keep saying, I've said it so many times before. I think she's so pretty. Okay. Caroline is also the queen of milking 15 minutes of fame. Yeah. The queen. The only reason Caroline is like a thing is because she spoke up on the Woman Tell All. She was the one girl who was like, "We know what you did, Ari." Yeah. And then literally that next day she was like on a press tour. She was on Good Morning America chatting. She was on fucking E! Hollywood Tonight. Like just from that one moment.
Hollywood Tonight.
Whatever. Just from that one decision she made to, like, be that girl at Woman Tell All, like, that anonymous girl who, like, finally speaks up. And now she's on Paradise. Like, she could have very well just faded into oblivion from Ari's season, but she's here. She's here. She arrives with a date card, and she is just so nervous. She's a bumbling idiot. Keeps talking about how nervous she is.
What the I was like, girl, you don't even know where to walk?
Yeah, why are you acting like that? It was weird. I was like, you are pretty as shit. I know you've gotten plenty of dudes in your time, so what do you mean you're nervous? She's also isn't she a pageant girl?
She's a pageant girl. I was just about to say, she's a pageant girl. Yeah. If anything, you should know how to walk and put one foot in front of the other. Like,
exactly. So anyways, she's here, just nervous, bundle of nerves. She pulls Venmo John aside, and, still talking about she's nervous. John says, to the camera that, she was like my celebrity crush, and now now I'm meeting her, and I'm nervous. It was so cute. So adorable. Don't call these people celebrities. Stop.
Yeah, this is definitely not that situation, but it's okay.
But I see what he means. Like, he watched her on television. He's like, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous, and now he's like sitting talking with her. It's cute. Yeah. So they hit it off, and so she picks John for her date. And he says, this is the first one-on-one date I've ever been on. I know he's talking about the show, but this might actually be John's first date ever.
No, don't say that.
What is John's backstory? Who are his ex-girlfriends? What kind of girl does he go for? I need to know more about his history. Yeah. Because I wouldn't be surprised if this was his first date ever. When he said that, I had to think. I was like, oh, wait, he's talking about the show. But this could actually be his first date. So many questions about Venmo John. Yeah. So Caroline and John go off on their dates. They go into town, go to a little dinner spot. Caroline asks him, what are you looking for? This is the question that everyone always asks on dates. And I've yet to get a satisfying answer. Until John.
Love it.
Venmo John.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
He has millions. He needs to know.
And brains. And has done some self-reflection before coming on the show and actually asked himself, you know what am I looking for?
Right.
Before just showing up in fucking paradise and trying to, like, find love.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He gave the best answer I've heard among these people ever. He said that he's an analytical guy. He's a hopeless romantic. So he's looking specifically for someone who can keep him grounded. He also is someone, he has a tendency to get infatuated with people very quickly. Mm-hmm. And so he's looking for a very specific girl who can come in and kind of like hold them together.
Yeah.
Just demonstrated a level of like self-awareness.
Yeah.
That is a very rare commodity on this show.
It is. And like you said, I don't believe that is experience-based. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not dating experience-based. Because like you said, this could be John's first dinner with a woman. Like,
yeah, this has nothing to do... You can have 8 million different girlfriends or whatever, boyfriends...
And not know what you want.
Still have no clue what you want, or still have no self-awareness about yourself to know what you need. Yeah. John is talking very concretely. He's saying, I'm an analytical person. I'm a hopeless romantic. I get infatuated with women. I need somebody who can keep me grounded. Like, he's thought about these things. Right. These people are in paradise, floating around, going from guy to guy, girl to girl, and don't know not a damn clue what they're looking for. Yeah. So this was very refreshing to hear, and this is all I've been waiting for, is someone to give me a good answer to that question. Jesus. And so he's talking with Caroline, and, you know, he asks her, you know, what about you? What are you looking for? She says she's looking for someone kind, because she just got out of a relationship with... Sounds like a guy who's just a big old meanie. Yeah. It's a mean asshole, I guess.
Somebody who made her feel bad and...
Yeah. So her focus is kindness. She needs someone who can just be nice to her. And John, he said, you know, he's a believer in this process. He's very excited about paradise now that she's here. You know, it's the first person he's been excited about. And they're all cute, holding hands at the table and, you know, all that jazz.
Yeah, I ignored all this because I don't like Caroline.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. John is very kind. He's a very kind guy. So he's probably the best match for Caroline and the type of guy that she should be dating. Yep. She's just not who I want for John.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely not.
No. Hell no. Especially after hearing she got out of a relationship not that long ago. Girl,
Did you
bye.
Also keep hearing that he's not her type?
Yes, she said that so many times.
She said that a lot, and I was wondering what she meant.
Yep, and this is bringing back memories. Caroline was the motherfucker who said how Cien... What did she say about Cien?
Oh, no.
Light bulbs flashing.
She gets my Becky of the Week award. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't stand her. This is why I don't like her. You just reminded me why I can't stand that bitch. Yeah. This is why.
Wait, so let's recall a second. So she said on Ari's season, when Cien was going off on her one-on-one date, she was the one in the confessional who was saying, like, yeah, I can't really see it. Mm-hmm. I can't see them together. Yeah. And for us, that was code for you don't see him with a black girl. Because Cien is amazing. Yeah. How do you not see him falling for a woman like her? So the whole CCC was very coded for us. Yep. And then let's flash forward to today, her date with John. She said multiple times, you're right, I don't usually go for guys like John. Mm-hmm. He's not my usual type.
He's not my type.
And that to me is also a little coded. It could be she doesn't really go for nice guys or kind guys, but it also could be she's never really dated Asian or she's not really into Asian dudes.
Asian guy, yeah. Because I was like, he's a great body, he's tall, he is clearly got a great job, he's so smart, he's
cute, he has a great face.
He's adorable. What? And I feel like he's cuter in person too. I feel like his cuteness is not translated over to TV. What?
I think he's good looking.
I think he's good looking on TV too, but I think he's better looking in person. What of all those elements don't you date?
Right. What about that is not?
Do you date dumb guys?
Type?
Do you date ugly guys? Do you date short guys? Like what? I'm confused. Do you date unemployed men? What is this? Oh, I can't stand her. Oh, wait.
Yeah. She's growing, though, I guess. She's trying something new.
Oh, no, I'm not going to see it for her ever. No.
Trying to see the brightness, but yeah. Fuck Caroline. Anyways, mariachi band shows up. They're dancing and, you know, kissing, and it's all cute. Next day rolls around. We have another arrival.
There's so many bitches rolling through.
So many bitches running in this damn island. My God. Another arrival, and it's Jubilee! Jubilee is here. Jubilee's from Ben Higgins' season.
That's shocking.
She was in Paradise before.
Yeah.
Didn't last that long, but she was there. And, yeah, Jubilee's great. Shows up.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And she says off rip to the camera that she usually goes for smart, nerdy guys. So we already knew off rip she's going for John. So excited. But yeah, Jubilee looks gorgeous. She looks like a goddess. She came in with like 28-inch Malaysian natural wave. The edges were laid. It was a good unit that she had in her head. Need to find out where that hair is from. It was beautiful. She's fresh out the military. She was active duty, she said, for about 4 years. I think I don't know if she was saying she was just now retired, but she's, I guess, a veteran now. And she rolls up and everybody is shook. The girls, the guys, she came in strong because she just looked amazing.
Yep. Kevin was like with Astrid, like next to her. It was like, whoa.
Yeah. He was in the confessionals quite a bit.
Yes.
Saying she's going to shake this place up. She walked in looking the way she did. It's about to go down.
Yep.
So Jubilee has a date card. And so she's pulling people aside. She pulls Kevin aside, actually. But Kevin, being, you know, the respectable guy, he said he has something going on with Astrid.
Yeah. I respected him for this.
Through. Yeah, I can dig that. And so, you know, Jubilee's like, all right, cool. She then pulls John aside, Venmo John. And they go off and have a moment. Loved this conversation. Was just living.
I know.
Oh my God.
Cute.
So he asks her, like, about her experience on Ben's season. What was it like? And she said she felt, you know, very different from the other girls. She was, on her season, she's, like, very quiet and reserved. And she was kind of like the weird, quirky one. And she didn't really vibe well with the girls. John, he was like, I can relate. You know, I'm half Chinese. I'm half white. I'm not the cookie cutter kind of, like, I don't know if he said, like, jock or whatever that typically on this kind of show. And I was like, oh my God, thank you just for saying that whole statement.
I know.
And thank you to the producers. Y'all ain't shit, but thank you for putting that shit in.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Really appreciated just hearing that line. Basically saying that, yeah, you guys don't ever cast anyone who looks like me, and so I didn't think I had a shot.
Right.
They could have clearly edited that out, but I'm glad they put it in, actually. And then we learned, you know, he works in tech. She worked on computers in the military. And they just have a lot of things, you know, in common. Meanwhile, down on the beach, Bibiana is talking with Caroline and tells Caroline, like, you need to be aggressive. You need to go get your man. This is paradise. New bitch is going to be showing up every day. If you really like John, you need to go and get him. Like, don't sit here idly. Which is really good advice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Caroline, but Bibiana's like, she sees how this game is supposed to be played, so you need to butter him up and make sure you're always fresh in his mind, basically. So Caroline gets off her ass and goes and grabs John, and they, you know, go over by the daybeds, and they're, you know, just starting to cuddle a little bit. And then Jubilee shows up.
Like a savage.
Like a thief in the night. Shows up on the beach and invites John on her date. Gives him the date card. And he says yes! And leaves Caroline in the dust.
With no regard. Like,
none.
Okay, see ya. Never.
Yeah, she was like, oh, okay, but I see. And he was gone, ready up the steps, out the door. Bye.
Ooh. You know I was relishing in this moment. I was like, yes, leave that bitch in the dust.
Leave her. Bye. So John's a hot commodity. He's now on 2 dates in a row.
I know. And he had Kendall for a second there. He was like...
He had Kendall for a little second.
Yeah.
And then remember the first episode, I said that I thought I saw him and Annalise
yes,
making out. Now I don't know, because they never brought it back up again. So I don't know if
Maybe
it was him
Kendall.
and Annalise. Maybe it was Kendall? Yeah, maybe it was Kendall.
If it was a blonde person from like a
It
side.
was a blonde person, and I believe it was Venmo John.
Yeah.
Either way, he's
Who
out
knows?
here. He's getting ass.
Yeah.
I'm
yes.
very proud of him. So Jubilee and John go on their date. They go zip-lining. Love zip-lining. They're having a lot of fun, you know, very adventurous, whatnot. They sit for lunch, and Jubilee, that's where she talks about she was active duty in the military for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's asking him about, like, you know, what do you do? And he tells her, you know, I, you know, casually made the iPhone app for Venmo. So proud of this guy. I'm just so happy.
I know. I love this.
I love this. My favorite people on the show, like, ever, I think.
Yeah.
Jubilee is obviously very impressed because this is a huge fucking deal. And John, he then says, like, he doesn't really bring it up with people. You know, people make assumptions about him having money or his job or just... He's like, I'm just a programmer. I'm just a low programmer.
I would love to know what the fuck kind of problem this is. Like, you don't admit your job because you make too much money? I would love that problem.
But no, it must be a thing. Like, here's the thing. Venmo John, he's a regular schmegler dude. He's a nerdy guy who's coding and making websites in his dorm room at Harvard. Yeah. He never got girls. Yeah. Now suddenly you're getting girls? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You can't tell everyone that you made Venmo. You can't tell everyone that you drive a whatever. Like, there are girls out there that are thirsty for that shit. There's groupies in all sectors. Okay? Yes. There are definitely some tech groupies out there in fucking Silicon Valley or whatever. So he knows. He knows. So then she's like, so who are you really? Like, tell me more about you. And then they're kind of just finding other similarities. He plays guitar, she plays cello. They're all cute and, you know, have a lot going on together. Then he goes in for the kiss, and it was a quick little peck at first. And then later on, we see them by the waterfall, and they're full on making out. Yep. Forget it. It's like, yes, Jubes, get it. Meanwhile, Caroline, she's going crazy back on the beach, just, you know, in a straitjacket, bouncing off the walls, doesn't know what's going on with John and Jubilee.
Is this where she said that this show has brought out every insecurity she's ever had in her life? Oh my god. She needs to get eliminated next week.
Jesus.
I don't know if I can take her for much longer. Oh my god, I can't stand her. Anyway.
I feel like half these people have no business being on this show. They all have so much personal work to do on themselves. So many therapy sessions need to be booked.
Oh my god, what if they made another branch off show in between Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise about, like, finding oneself? I don't know what we call it, therapy? Bachelors in therapy? I don't know what we call it.
Bachelors in therapy! Oh my god. They need to. It needs to be like a, what's it called? Jade and Tanner, actually, they were on Marriage Boot Camp.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Marriage Boot Camp. They all live in a house together. Yep. They have separate therapists. They do activities during the day. Mm-hmm. It could be a whole thing.
Oh yeah, they need some group therapy action. I feel like separate the girls from the guys. Yes. Let them work separately on each other.
Oh my god, have a male therapist for the girls, have a female therapist for the guys. This could be a whole show. ABC, call us, let us know.
They got some work to do. Caroline, why is this bringing out all the insecurities you've ever felt in your life, or whatever the hell you said? You just got here and you just met this man. Relax. Oh my god. Oh man. Boy. Anyways, Kenny and Crystal. Kenny pulls Crystal aside. He has a surprise for her. He has set up this whole cute little thing. He drew a heart in the sand. He set up these candles. He laid out a blanket. They're going to have a whole little private moment. He starts telling her all this stuff. I wasn't paying attention. Pouring out his heart, basically, to Crystal.
Yeah, and he was saying that he's very sturdy and just, he's going to be very honest and upfront because he has a child and he doesn't have time to waste.
Okay. So. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, the minute he said child, Crystal was probably like, okay, this is right, I need to let him go. It's been fun. We've been swimming around and kissing, but this just got real, and yep, I'm not ready for a child. And so yeah, she says, look, I'm moving slower.
Yeah.
And just talks in circles. Basically is friend zoning him. Like, that's all this pretty much was. And tells him, like, if new girls come, like, please go and explore that. That's basically saying, like, I'm not into you. Go find somebody else.
Yeah.
That's basically that. And poor Kenny's just sitting there just looking like a chump, basically.
So sad.
Very sad. Very sad. Tia and Chris are. Tia's worried because new girls are walking in every 5 seconds. And so she tells Chris, like, I'm just worried about all the new girls coming, you know, where things are going to stand between us. And Chris, you know, you have nothing to worry about, you know, be confident what we have, like, all this foolishness. Soon after this moment,
yeah,
Gospel Chris is sitting off on a daybed by himself. And along comes Crystal. Crystal approaches the bed. Crystal says that, you know, she came to Paradise. She first had a little thing with Kevin. They had a little makeout.
Oh,
first
yeah,
night.
yeah.
And she's been hanging with, you know, Kenny these last couple days. But really, she's really had her eye on Chris this whole time. But she hasn't gone for it because he's been in this mess with Tia, and she's been with Kenny, so now she's gonna, like, I guess, shoot her shot, I guess.
Yeah, yep.
Now, Chris is the fucking worst. And is a fraud. He literally just said to Tia, you have nothing to worry about, be confident in what we have. Now he's laying on the daybed with Crystal, and off rip, he says, I'm not in a relationship, like, just so you know.
Ooh.
Like, off rip, he's basically saying Tia ain't shit. So, just so you know, right. I'm not feeling her like that. Took him 3 seconds to toss this girl to the side.
Yeah.
The same guy who was talking so much shit on Colton, and how Colton was treating Tia like an option, and you shouldn't do that, don't play with her heart. And it literally took him 3 seconds to toss Tia out the window.
Yep.
And then, continuing with his fuckboy stuff.
Agenda.
Says to her, you know, I've never kissed a blonde before.
Ew.
How does this work on people? This worked on Crystal.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. Well, she's like foolish, but I think it works with people who are superficial.
Yeah, I guess.
If some guy said to me, I've never kissed a black girl, or like I've never kissed a girl with braids, I'd be like, you know what? You go out and find that girl then, friend.
Yeah.
I would call him friend.
Friend. I would curse him out first and then tell him to go. Like, she just ate it up. Like, oh, really? And then before you know it, they're making out on the bed. Wild. 3 seconds after both of them just broke up with their respective others.
With somebody else.
Or not even broke up. She broke up with Kenny, and Chris, like, just solidified his relationship with Tia. Like, what? So the next day, Tia, again, marching around the island, telling everybody how much she's in love with Chris. Meanwhile, Colton is chatting with Kevin. And Kevin reveals that Chris kissed Crystal last night. Fuckboy Chris is also at breakfast marching around telling everybody that he kissed Crystal.
Yeah, like broadcasting it.
Well, not to everybody, to the guys. To all the guys.
Yeah.
He's telling all of them, and then he even tells, he's so gross, just vile. He says, you want to hear my line was? I told her I never kissed a blonde before. So guys talk. This is so stupid. Oh, God. And in his confessional, he says, you know, I have the rose this week. I have the power this week. You know, Tia's an option, but I'm still open to all the women.
All the women?
Yep, all the other women.
Only Tia and Crystal are checking for your ass. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Exactly. And literally, you came for Colton 24 hours ago for the same shit that you're saying now. You just literally said the words Tia is an option.
Yeah, yes.
And you came for Colton's neck because he was treating her like an option.
Exactly.
This guy is the worst. Ugh. So Colton pulls Tia aside. And because he still, you know, wants the best for Tia or whatever the fuck. He pulls Tia aside and tells her that oh, shit. In my notes it says Chris killed Crystal. be interesting. Straight up murdering people on the show. So Colton tells Tia that Chris kissed Crystal.
Yep.
Tia's like, oh my god, what? She's just getting tossed like a rag
and
doll
turned
all around this beach. These guys are just literally just playing games with her.
Because they can sniff it out. Fuckboys sniff out when you are emotionally vulnerable. And they're like, ooh, you don't feel so good about yourself? Ooh, that one right there. I'm going to snatch all the rest of your shreds of self-confidence. Then I'm going to eat them right in front of you. And then go make out with another girl.
Yep.
Yeah, they live off of it.
Yep. They could sniff Tia out from a mile away.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, she's just like, what the fuck is going on? Meanwhile, Jordan and Chris are having just like a vile, again, toxic, masculine,
real locker room. Like when I think of locker room talk,
yes, it was very much locker room conversation. They're basically talking about the women in Paradise as food.
Yeah.
They said Annalise is the appetizer. Crystal, she's like a main dish. Bibiana, she's like, you know, the dessert you go for. It was gross. Jordan, he's gassing up Chris's head. You know, you're the man. You kissing all the girls. Da 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 da.
When really, Venmo has made out with 3 people now.
Yes, he is killing. All these girls are like falling in love with this man.
Yep.
Picturing him down the aisle. So fuck you, Chris. And so yeah, they're kikiing, having their locker room disgusting moment together. And then Tia comes around the corner and says, Chris, we need to talk. And it will be continued next week. And that was the episode.
Yep.
So we got a preview for next week. Tia's going to confront Chris, obviously.
Right.
See how that goes down. And then roast ceremony, 4 girls are going home.
Ooh. Well, I guess 16 girls showed up this episode, so that makes sense.
4 girls are going home. Jubilee and Caroline are still fighting for John. Both just grabbing him every 5 seconds, trying to keep him fresh in their mind. And Jenna is allegedly torn between David and Jordan, which is a full-on producer love triangle that no one gives a shit about.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it. The only thing I care about is that Jubilee comes out on top for John.
I know.
That's literally all I care about.
Me too, because I'm living for all this interracial intersectionality, loving it.
Yes, all of the races, the POCs bonding together, saying we don't need none of y'all.
Yes.
We gonna run off and have Blasian babies together and fuck the rest of y'all. Like that, I'm living for this. And yeah, that was it. That was the episode. And that was a hella long one. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe. And also hit us up on Twitter, the number 2 BLK Girls, the number 1 Rose.
And email us. Email us at the number 2 blackgirls, the number 1 Rose @gmail.com. And also you can find us on Facebook, same name.
That's it. We'll be back next week.
That's
Paradise.
it, guys.
Yay!
Yay!
Bye!
Bye.